Welcome back to Design Bundles YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make these or customize, if you will, these beer can glasses. So it is 4th of July is coming up around the corner, if you will. And so we're going to customize this for the 4th. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's go ahead and start off by going over the supplies that I am using today. Today, I am using a beer can glass. So if you guys have never seen these before or heard of them, they are super trendy over there on Instagram. I believe even here on YouTube, etc. But these have been trendy for quite some time. So I thought, let's make one for the 4th. But they look just like this. You used to be able to get these at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if you can anymore, but we do have some link down below for you from where we purchased ours. So all of these supplies can be found below. Now, I am using a squeegee today, this one in particular that has these lines, because it will help you hold your cup. So that is really nice for that multi-purpose. Plus, it's also going to be our squeegee to apply our adhesive vinyl. I also purchased separately this little lid here. These are bamboo lids, and then this glass straw. You definitely don't have to have those are extra. And wherever you purchase yours, you may actually have all of the pieces together. Now I'm also using adhesive vinyl. I'm using this in Starcraft Permanent. This is a blue as well as a red. So I'm using these two here. So this is actually going to be 2 layers. And then we are going to be using some transfer tape here as well as some scissors. Now I'm also going to be using a piece of parchment paper to line these two up together so we can apply it at one time. So let me go ahead and take you guys over to Design Bundles and then Cricut Design Space so I can show you what file or bundle that I'm using today. This is the bundle that I am using today. As you guys can see, it comes with tons of files. This is perfect for all of your 4th of July projects. You can make t-shirts, signs, pillows. You could do phone cases if you wanted to. You can make some aprons for the chef of the party. All sorts of fun things that you guys can do with this bundle. So there's quite a few files included. You can even make some t-shirts for yourself as well as the kiddos. So today we are going to be doing this super cute tumbler. Now the file that I'm actually using today, I have actually created and added more stars on to make a full wrap. So I'm going to take you guys over to Cricut Design Space so I can show you how I did it. Jumping right over here into Cricut Design Space, this is the file right here, just the free to sparkle. I'm actually going to bring it in once again, just so you guys can see it. So whenever you guys upload this file from the bundle, it's going to be like this. But I wanted to, you could definitely just put this on the face of this cup and it would be so cute. So just by placing it here would be absolutely perfect. But I wanted to create a full wrap with this. So what I actually did was I came up, first I started out with a square. So you're going to measure this and figure out about how big you need it. Now, if you already have, say for example, I'm going to bring it in really quickly. There is a file that I have already purchased from designbundles.net. This is actually only one plus credit if you guys are a plus member. And this already gives me the dimensions that I need for one of these beer wraps, right? So I know that I need it 9.516 wide and I need it 3.917 high. So what I can do is bring in a shape over here. We're going to click on our square. And then to resize this, all we're simply going to do is click the unlock button right here so you guys can see how that unlocked. And then we're going to come over to the width. So I need to look at this again. We're going to go to that free to sparkle. Actually, we're going to go down here. It's 9.516. So we're going to go ahead and do the width, 9.516. I messed that up, 516, enter. And then I'm going to go ahead and check out the height one more time, 3.917. So I've got 3.917, enter. So this gave me the exact height I've needed. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to white. You could change it to whatever color because this is going to be deleted ultimately. This is just a canvas for us to work with. We're going to delete this down here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and come to arrange, send to the front. So that way this will sit in the front of this square, if you will. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this centered. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and choose one of these stars. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this star right here. I'm going to come over here and hit duplicate. So from here, you guys can see I can move this star around. So whichever star you want to choose, I can pick another one, duplicate so I can get different sizes, or you can resize these however you want. And that's what I did too. So as I got these placed where I wanted, I simply just resized them. So for example, if I need the blue stars, I came down to blue so I can get specific color. I don't have to go change that myself. And then again, I can resize this if I want, hit duplicate, and then bring these all over. So you're simply going to do that. I can do these big or as little as I want to create this design. And then what I did was I did it all the way across. Once I had everything, I deleted this, and then I made sure and I selected all of my blue pieces. So I went by, held down the shift on my keyboard, selected all of the blues like so. You can select all those at one time if it's a group. And then I went to attach, not weld, but I hit attach. So that way, as you guys can see, I have all of the blue pieces together and then all of the red. So I did the same thing for that red. So that way, whenever we go to make this, they're in the two separate colors. So super easy to do. So let's go ahead and drop the camera and make our beer glass. All right, so now we are ready. So I've got a piece of parchment paper down here and then one on top. So what we need to do is layer these on top of each other. So whichever one is going to be in the front, you want to have that. So if they're going to kind of go on top of each other, you want to be mindful for that. And mine should not. Mine should kind of layer just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the red one first. So we need to go ahead and get us a piece of transfer tape. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go right on top of this like so. See if I can't carefully peel this back off because I got a little bit wonky. All right. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and trim this down just like so. And then we are going to trim this down. There we go. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and take that squeegee tool here so I can carefully pick these up. So I'm just going to rub from one side to the next, just kind of really rubbing all of these pieces to make sure that they are going to adhere to our transfer. All right, there we go. So now we can go ahead and peel away our backing, and we're going to get ready to line this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top here, just like so. And then we are going to bring this one on here. All right, so now I don't know if you guys can hopefully see through this. The best parchment paper to use for this hack is using a white because you can pretty much see through it. But these right here is what these are what I keep on hand, this color right here, and it works for me. You guys can see that I can see through here, but if you guys have a hard time seeing, I would recommend using the one that you would find locally at your grocery store that comes in the white. All right, so now what I'm able to do here is I'm able to, as you guys can see, I can move on top of this. So I can move it around to get it exactly where I need it to be. So I think something like this looks absolutely perfect. So what I can do at this point is rub down my transfer, and then carefully we are going to pull away. I'm going to go ahead and lift this up here. We're going to carefully pull away that parchment, and I'm going to slowly lay this down. There we go. And so as you guys can see, now they're together into one sticker, if you will. So that way I'm not having to struggle and try to line this up on my tumbler. I'm going to be able to do this at one time. All right. Now, the reason why I have the parchment underneath is just to keep my transfer clean. So that's the only reason why. If you guys are struggling because this doesn't actually stick to this and you need to make sure in between those layers. So you've seen how I had this stuck to it. You may want to actually have it on your workspace on your table so you know it's going to stick and it's not going to come up. So like I said, I just do this so that way it keeps my transfer tape clean. All right, so I think we've got everything. So before I peel this up, I'm going to go ahead and double check and line up my glass. I'm going to double check that all of the lint or debris or any sort of oils is gone from my cup. So I'm just rubbing it with a lint-free cloth. All right. Looks good to me. So we're going to go and line this up like so. There we go. And then we are going to start to peel this off of our backing. Here we go. All right. So now what I'm going to do is try to line this up in the center. Just like so. And then what I can do is I like to just kind of roll mine off of the squeegee. From one side, I'll kind of get this side down, and then I'll roll down this side. Now, when it comes to this side, if it's going to overlap at all, you're going to want to hold on, rub this side, peel off that transfer, but mine's not going to. So I'm just going to make sure these pieces are nice and good. So at this point, you can kind of rub it in with your fingers if you want to, or take that squeegee and just go over each piece of adhesive vinyl. So we're just Gonna go ahead and rub, rub, rub. So as you guys can see how super cute this is coming out. I absolutely love it. This is gonna be perfect for some sweet tea, or maybe you want to have a little drink in here. There we go. Now this would be cute if you could find the colored straws. There's colored straws out there like this. So one that was red or blue would be really cute with this as well. And that's it, finished. So I would wait 48 to 72 hours before you wash this. And then of course, as usual with adhesive vinyl, you would want to hand wash this and not stick it in the dishwasher. But there you guys have it. So cute, right? And there you guys have it. I put a piece of white cardstock in here. Actually, it's the backing of the transfer, not cardstock, but either way, white piece of paper if you guys are ever wanting to see this pop. But I placed that inside, so hopefully you guys can see the design just a little bit better. So you guys can see how I just took a simple design like this, took the stars that was already included, and then put those all over to create a full wrap. Once again, just by putting this design on the front would be so cute as well. And then maybe doing a colored straw would also be adorable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next one.